Right, okay, so we're here with the legend that is Adam P.
Hello there, you alright?
Yeah.
Oh, good, thank you.
Transfer window slam shut. Thoughts? I know what your thoughts are because I've seen your video, but what's your thoughts? What people haven't?
Well, it was bad. You can't lie about it, can we? It was terrible. Newcastle, outside the gay deal, didn't have a plan B. They didn't know who they wanted to go in for after Mark Gay, and it was just a shambles, wasn't it? It's intriguing that the chairman's here today. First match after the window's closed. I'll be fascinated to know whether that's actually been a scheduled event that's going to be happening all summer long, or maybe he's decided this week, I'm going to come over, we're going to see what's going on. But it's been a horrendous window for us. I don't think you can look at it any other way. I think the players who targeted, exception of Gay, negative players that aren't going to start for Newcastle, players that aren't going to take the club forward or take the club to the next level. And how you can walk away from that window with no first team signings in terms of actually getting into the starting 11. Two goalkeepers where we didn't even sell the breaker. Lewis Howe was last season. Like Kelly, to be fair, starts there and is a good free sign. Usula, I think it's good for the future, but that's it. That's all you brought in. And we haven't really offloaded many players either, with the exception of Minter, who's going to be unbelievable for Brighton, and Anderson, who I'm absolutely gutted about as well. So you can't say it's a good window. I don't think there's barely anything good about it. We kept our star players, Bruno, Isak, Golden State. That's all you can say in a positive point of view. But no, it's been poor. Without going into a massive rant again, it's been poor.
No, I mean, for me, if they'd have said, oh, we've got PSL, we've only got 10 million to spend, you think, all right, okay, whatever. But because the new had 65 million, it just makes it so frustrating, because what that 65 million could have done, we could have gotten a decent value centre-back, we could have had a decent value right-winger. It's crazy. Alanga, he was a deadline day panicky sort of thing. Depends on who you read. It was 35 million in Miggy, 40 million in Miggy, whatever. What are your thoughts on him? Is he that much better of an improvement than Miggy?
Well, he's better than Miggy, yes. He actually would start over Miggy, yes, but you're talking 35, 40, 50 million straight up cash for him. It's a shambles, really. You see, Galley, Jadon Sancho, 30 million shows, KSR, 13 million at Liverpool. I know these players have massive wage gaps every single week, which is why Newcastle hasn't went in for them. But how he can then look at a guy like Alanga, put 50 million down for him, he's not a 50 million pound player. And Newcastle, if they wanted to, they could have actually, all those weeks back now with Nottingham Forest, could have potentially done the deal with Anderson and a bit of money going over, and then we could have got Alanga on our side for the PSR sales. Instead we've got Vlak Medimos, who was about 15-20 million pounds for a goalkeeper that we don't even want. So in hindsight, you could have went in for Alanga, spent more money, and actually got a player that would have started. So yeah, when I look back at it, it's just been poor. There hasn't really been any thought going into it. My personal opinion, if you wanted to hear it, is I probably think that Eddie Howe has something in mind that he wants, and Paul Mitchell has something in mind that he wants, and those two just haven't been able to come together. So something probably hasn't clicked between the two. And if you wanted my guess, that's probably what I would say about it. But yeah, it's been a shambles. The more I think about the window, the more it just peeves me off. And I don't think it's the end of the world, because Newcastle's squad should still come to be getting European football. However, if you want to get someone like Champions League football, if you want to potentially go full out in the Carabao Cup, FA Cup this season, and kind of lost the opportunity to do that. I don't think it's been good enough.
Well, one of the questions I've got for everyone else, but I'm not going to ask you, is where Newcastle were going to finish last month and where you have Newcastle. Because we'll do a video, we'll do the pub thing, follow the channel if we don't, just to find out a full top 20 now the transfer window slams shut. So we're looking forward to that. Amanda Staveley left though, that's what I will ask you. Do you think that had a big part? Obviously you had a new guy coming in. Has that had a bit of a part to play why Newcastle didn't get Gahey and a few others?
Well, I haven't had a chance to read Craig's article yet, but from the main headline that I've seen anyway, is that I think he describes it down Neil as his position at the club. It's basically meant that he's almost forced to pay them out. He said that he wasn't able to do his job properly, and that's kind of been the main factor why Manda Murdoch have been able to sell their shares. Yeah, I think the thing is, we don't know everything behind the scenes, but you got to look at the evidence. We had a poor transfer window, and Manda Murdoch just left the football club. So yeah, you would say a massive factor. If you watch Amazon Prime documentary, I think especially when we signed Anthony Gordon, you can see Amanda Murdoch on FaceTime waving hello to Gordon and greeting him at the football club.
She knows how to get deals done.
She was hands-on. She was hands-on with the club, and we haven't got any owners or partners that are actually hands-on at the minute. I think Darren Hill is probably the closest, and he's just known any of the club, so he's still basically going to be someone that's lower down in the PIF. So I haven't actually got anyone that's hands-on that was part of the ownership group. I mean, the Rubin brothers, one of them when he turns up, and he's here today, yes, but he's not going to be there every single week. Again, chairman's here today, but he's not going to be here all the time. So for the PIF and the Rubin brothers, they do have a lot to work around with, because they've got to sort this out. They need someone that's going to be with the club, hands in hands every single week, because Amanda Murdoch did a good job at it. Yeah, could have been better, of course they could. They probably haven't got the credentials to be able to do something like that. But again, the evidence speaks for itself. Newcastle's transfer window was poor, and they were good when there was 2 a year. So, without kind of going into it too much more, it's just been poor. Amanda Murder are massive misses, you can't deny it. I know financially they wouldn't have had the money to be able to sustain Newcastle forever. But you've lost two people that cared about the club. You lost 2 people that had a massive say in the club, and 2 people that were there every single week, that were hands-on with the men and the women's team. And you kind of lost that spark to the ownership group. So it's not ideal. Window was terrible, though. They haven't helped themselves at all.
Now, for me, she closes deals. That's what she's known for. She got the deal closed. Yeah, that's what we've missed. I mean, you mentioned there's obviously everyone's coming together behind the scenes today and stuff like that. Is it going to be a massive head rolling thing where it's going to be should it happen a week ago as well, really, with the transfer window being open?
Well, yeah, but again, you can't expect the chairman to do all the work for the rest of the ownership group. Again, we've got people like Paul Mitchell and Darren Hughes who are, we're supposed to get these players in, but hasn't happened for whatever reason. I feel like Eddie Howe just needs a reassurance. So I think especially the manager, he needs to be fully aware of what's going on, because there's nothing stopping this guy in a couple of months' time potentially going, well, you know what, England's job, do I want to go potentially do that? But yeah, we need to make sure Eddie Howe is the reassurance, because he needs that full backing, and he wasn't backed in this window. I don't think for a second we'll fully back the guy, and that's what peeves me off more than anything. Yeah,
we've left him with a hard job to do. So the last question I've got as well is Mark Gahey. Do you think or expect Newcastle will go back in for him in January, or do you reckon that's the ship sailed?
I think we're already linked with the bloody guy. The window's been closed for 1 day. I think we'll fully be back for January. Newcastle will surely not going to offer any more money like that. I think again, especially when that contract starting to close down a bit, if you're offering 65, 70 million pounds, again, it's just a laughing stock. But now, his value to the drop now because of the fact that Palace, unless they extend his contract, the contract will drop in valuation. So for Newcastle, they're going for less money. We'll see whether a deal can be concluded, but based on what I've seen, not confident. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But the reality is, we should have had him in now, but.
Alanga, would you go for him? Because for me, I said at the start of the window when Chiesa become available, I thought that was fantastic. For me, he's the bargain of the summer. I know he's got injury problems and stuff like that. Do you think Newcastle will go back in January for Alanga?
God, I hope.
And Trafford? He was another one.
I hope not. You would have seen before they are. I think Trafford's the goalkeeper Newcastle seem quite keen on, because the problem is we're saying 2 goalkeepers in that window, and neither of them are actually on number 2. Because once Riker leaves next summer, probably 36-year-old goalkeeper, there's no one actually there as number 2, so Trafford probably needs to come in and do that. I think we'll go back for him. As for Alanga, I think he's a decent player, but I hope not when he's talking 40-50 million pounds. It just makes me feel sick hearing that. But again, knowing who else could he actually get? It's tricky for Newcastle. It's just I don't even want to think about it anymore.
It's got a lot of time to think about it now, though, behind the scenes.
So bad, man.